Hey everyone, welcome to 5 More Minutes, the show where two friends, me and this person over here, uh, wait, relive our childhoods, and in some cases, learn about everything we missed out on. I'm Kendra,
right.
and I forget my
And I'm Scott.
I forget my lines if I'm not saying them the right way.
I thought you were gonna like improv something new, but you were just looking for what we always say.
Probably would have been better to improv something new instead of trying to find the phrasing in my head, which apparently in the course of the last year I have just memorized as one sentence that I cannot say differently.
That's true. Well, good try.
Mario has a rule that he never looks things up online. He's scared of browsers.
I see.
Mm-hmm. I know a friend who keeps stealing board games.
Okay.
He's such a risk taker.
Wow.
And I picked that one because you talked about risk last week.
Yeah. Another risk reference. What's going on here?
Heck yeah.
Well, bro, you got too much energy right now.
Yeah. I've been working on my dice a lot because I have a shop update on Monday. And I'm not really in a good place for that. And I have an all-day training I have to go to on Thursday. But I need to find out how to get paid. Also, I need to set this pen down because last week I was apparently clicking it a lot.
Oh, I didn't hear it on my end.
Yeah, and so, I mean, my mic only picks up things when I'm speaking, and there were some places where I could edit the clicking out, and other places where I tried to repetitively find and to destroy the specific clicking sound, and it just wasn't working. So, and I always have a pen out, so I must be just really fidgety lately.
And you marked the hell out of your own hand.
Yeah, which I guess just tells you what my mood is lately.
Just stab.
Yeah.
Tattoo.
I do want more, but I don't have money for that. So
that is the problem with tattoos, is the money part.
Yeah. Now that you would know, you don't have one.
No, because of the money part. Every time I look at it, I'm like, oh yeah.
Well, you have like 50 pairs of shoes. You could get like several tattoos with that.
Yeah, I guess. Priorities, though. So what did you end up watching this weekend? You on a Marvel kick?
No, we watched Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. Well, The Dark Knight, yeah.
Okay, so you switched. You went to DC instead.
Yeah, because it's less intimidating.
Just because there's less of them?
I mean, I've seen like all of them, but when someone else has it. But I was trying to figure out what the best way to watch them is. It says that if you're a beginner, you should watch them in the order they came out in.
Yeah.
And that if you've already seen them, then you should watch them in chronological order because that's a deeper thing. So you would start with Captain America, and then the next movie would be the girl.
The girl?
What's her name?
There's a lot of girls.
Yeah.
Oh.
Captain Marvel. Jesus Christ. Why can't I think? My pen broke. Oh, no.
Well, you said you were going to put it down, and this is what happens when you don't listen.
I clicked it too much last week, I guess.
It only had a finite number of clicks, and you've destroyed it.
It's a zebra pen, even. Anyway, so you start there, and then... I mean, but it includes things that aren't movies.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you have to watch, like, Agent Penny Carter or whatever, since she's... part of...
I don't remember if that one was in the list. It had Loki in there, which I have seen. I tried to watch WandaVision, and I didn't like it, but maybe I should have watched more than one episode. Like, I just couldn't...
The big thing with that is that it's different every episode, like the theme.
Yeah. I didn't take a list on this or a picture on this website of the whole list, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I mean... And I never really watched all of the Hulk. I don't know. Did I? I don't know if I really watched...
Like the original one?
Well, the 2011 one is the one that's in the list. The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, was that Edward Norton?
2011? No, I think it's the other guy. The guy who's in Avengers. Mark Ruffalo. Right?
Hmm. I don't think so. I
Really?
don't think Mark Ruffalo was in it until they were Marvel movies.
Wait. Oh, 2008. It just takes place in 2011. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
Edward Norton.
That's what got me confused. Yeah. Is this the list I was looking at?
That one, Edward Norton Hulk, was a little strange. It wasn't bad, but it was kind of weird to try to tie it all in now.
I still need to watch the new Doctor Strange movie.
I'm like, I'm so overwhelmed by Marvel movies now. I'm just like so behind. I haven't
Yeah.
watched anything.
But anyways, it for sure included Loki because those are all like canon. Let's see. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Shang-Chi, but yeah.
That makes sense. Is the Falcon and the Winter Soldier a movie?
No, it was it might have been a movie, but it was only on Disney Plus. Or was it actually a series? I can't remember.
I'm not sure. What If? I don't know what that is. I haven't watched Eternals, but I did hear that was good, and I never watched Hawkeye.
It was a mini series.
It adds all these things on at the end, which I guess I could because I use Matilda's. But like I don't even have time. Like I can barely watch TV anymore. So like the last thing I started and finished was Loki, but I need to watch Stranger Things.
Right. I haven't watched any of that either. Well, I mean, I watched the first 2 seasons, but not 3 or 4.
Oh, you never watched season 3? And season 4 is released in parts. So there's another half coming out in July.
I'm just, I don't know. I'm behind on everything, you know?
Yeah, maybe sometime we should watch all of the Marvel things in chronological order and then talk about it.
Yeah. That'd be a lot of material, a lot of time.
Yeah, it would be a lot of time.
Nice.
But anyways, I want to read a book a week during summer break, and I have just now I can see in my office 3 books that I started last year and didn't finish. So I think I should start with those ones. Actually, one of these books I started in 2020. But to be fair, I haven't read a book this big in a long time, and it's quite thick.
That is a large book.
Yeah.
It's thick.
But it's supposed to be really good, so.
All right.
Anyways, I'm really talkative today, so.
Well, that's all right. Well, yeah. we can kind of start getting into our topic. We can start with that video.
Oh yeah, I don't even know what the topic is because I wanted to be surprised. It's a surprise. Which is why I haven't found a wallpaper yet.
Right. Well, we are going to talk about another game that I've spent a lot of hours in as a franchise in general.
Did you jump into the game?
What do you mean?
Like in Blue's Clues when they jump into like the map or whatever?
Yeah, I was like totally submerged and I did my own walking on Pandora.
Wow. Oh, I still want to get Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
Yeah, so we are going to talk about Borderlands. And
yeah,
generally I'm just going to focus on the first game, but.
Should I start the video now?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. What is it? It's the intro.
This is the official intro. When you play the game, this is what fires up. You got a sweet Marcus intro coming in.
I've watched you play this game a little bit.
Yeah. Played this a lot. I played number 2 so much in college. It was crazy.
There's a lot of people who like to make Borderlands dice.
That'd be pretty cool.
And people make kind of cartoonish looking custom Air Force Ones that kind of remind me of it too, with like the black like edging.
Like the cell shading kind of.
Yeah.
So yeah, allegedly there's a vault on this planet. And this is all the stuff in it.
Allegedly. Oh, ladies.
Women.
Vault hunters.
They are vault hunters. It is through.
Is it supposed to be like Pandora's box?
Kind of. The guardian angel. Oh my gosh. They're hallucinating.
Oh. Is me supposed to be you?
No, me is the narrator.
Well, that's stupid.
Yeah. And then you
this
get
is some sick jams.
you get the iconic Cage the Elephant song to open up the game.
It's like a very Vegas vibe here.
Maybe if Vegas was like hit with an atom bomb.
It might be one day.
It could be.
That kind of looks like a Demogorgon.
Yeah,
Demogorgon.
It does. The whole face kind of opens.
Oh, snap. He did.
He had a bad day.
Man, this is like a jam.
You don't know this song?
I do know it, okay, but I don't remember who sings it.
Cage the Elephant.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So that's Marcus.
Who's Marcus?
The narrator. And the bus driver. And he sells guns.
I guess narrators are kind of like bus drivers. Like if Morgan Freeman pulled up in a bus, I'd get in.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like he narrates a lot of things.
Oh, yeah. You got that voice. You have to narrate.
Julio Cesar Cedillo. That's his name.
Who?
The narrator.
Oh.
Oops, I paused my video.
How dare you? So now you're getting a quick introduction to the Vault Hunters in this game. And generally what they're classified as, I guess you could say.
That guy's got some traps.
Oh, yeah. Big boy. And now you're just cruising into a town, you know?
I want a bus like that.
Like a zombie apocalypse bus?
Mm-hmm. What is up with that little dog thing?
The body fell off the bus.
Yeah, Jesus.
So yeah, that's the intro you get when you start the Borderlands game. So pretty cool, huh?
It's a sick beat. It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. Yeah. Oh yeah. So a little about Borderlands. It is an action role-playing first-person looter shooter.
Looter shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Kind of like the first of its kind. They wanted like randomized loot so you could go like loot farming, but they also wanted to make it a first-person shooter. So they put it all together, you know?
Snap.
Yeah. It is set in a, quote, space western science fantasy setting, which is kind of post-apocalyptic. Pandora is like a mess. So it's like this planet that's beaten down. There's some areas that are just like totally destroyed, blah, blah, blah.
I kind of like the post-apocalyptic sci-fi western thing because it's kind of like, it's like this apocalypse happened and we have some of this like weird technology, but now we're like redoing history. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they're like, we have all these like cool guns and cool tech, but everything's been destroyed. So now we have to like rebuild.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Get a nice little Borderlands background.
Hell yeah.
So a little more about the series in general. Consists of 4 games overall, and they all have like DLC and all kinds of random stuff. Mm-hmm. The original Borderlands that we're talking about today, Borderlands 2, Borderlands the pre-sequel, Borderlands 3, and then Tales from the Borderlands is a spin-off that's like a episodic graphic novel adventure game by Telltale
Games. A novel adventure game?
Kind of, you know, like the Telltale games, like the Walking Dead game. It's kind of like you have to make choices. You don't really do a lot of controlling the character.
Yeah, we started to play that once, like at your house or something.
Yes, we did.
Isn't The Last of Us like that too?
No, The Last of Us you can actually like play out. But it's a zombie apocalypse.
10 minutes into that game. It was like making me dizzy or something.
Like the camera movements and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're redoing it for PlayStation 5.
Yeah, remastering. I've seen Mike play a lot of that, but I've actually never played that. So I might have to add that to the list. But yeah, Telltale Games did one random spin-off. So that's kind of like the, I don't want to say black sheep, but that's kind of the only one that's like different than these other ones. And overall, the series has got a lot of good attention. It has critical acclaim, commercial success, and everyone's a big fan of the loot-driven, like multiplayer co-op, because these were co-op games. I remember playing them in college with my buddies in the fraternity, and we'd, you know, go dive into Pandora and get our loot. And
Scott was such a frat boy.
Dude,
he wore salmon shorts and polos every day.
every day in my boat shoes. I mean, you
Like if
couldn't
you
catch me.
picture a frat person, like that's Scott.
Yeah, yeah, that was me.
Mm-hmm.
I was going golfing all the time with all my
Mm-hmm.
frat buddies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
hmm Okay, so as of May 2022,
We really sold that.
yeah, people will believe it, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
There have been more than 75 million copies of Borderlands games that have been shipped.
That's a lot.
And 26 million alone of those were Borderlands 2. Um, and additionally, when Borderlands 3 first came out, 5 million copies were sold within the first 5 days of release. So
Dang.
their total series net revenue is over $1 billion now. And that makes it one of the best selling video game franchises of all time.
We
So,
gotta figure out how to do that.
yeah, make a video game.
No, just make a bunch of money.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Probably need something we actually know how to do. But
Yeah, I know how to do a lot of things, just not things that make money.
right. Yeah, I'm with you there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and another fun fact. Apparently, a film adaptation of this series is currently in development by Lionsgate. So watch out for that in the future, I guess.
Maybe it'll be a bad movie we can talk about.
Maybe. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's a good movie.
Maybe it'll be the one good one.
Yeah. One in a million. So you can kind of I put together some slides. Our intro video kind of covered the first few of them, but in Borderlands, you iconically get to play as different vault hunters. Usually when you start the game, there are 4 to choose from.
You don't get to be yourself?
No, you have to be them. It's role playing.
Well, you can role play your own character that you make.
Not in this, you can't.
Dang.
So there are 4 classes. You get Roland. He is the soldier class. Mordecai is the hunter class. Lilith is the siren. And Brick, quote unquote, as himself, but he's a berserker.
I don't really like sirens. Like now I just associate it with Wally's Wonderland or whatever.
Willy's?
Yeah. Why do I always do that?
Is it just because was one of the robots a siren or something?
Yeah, I think the lady who was in like the trees, like the weird tree area.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure she was a siren.
Because she sang, right? That was the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sirens in this do not sing. So I'll kind of go over each of the classes. So you get to choose who to be. Each person gets their own levels. They get their own skill tree as you go through, fight baddies, get loot, get money. Soldier. So Roland, for instance, he has a special ability. He can put down like a turret, and that'll kind of like fight for him. And he's very, like gun and equipment oriented as the soldier. Mordecai, hunter class, it has to do a lot with like revolvers, sniper rifles. And he also has a little pet named Bloodwing who can fly and attack for him.
Bloodwing?
Mm-hmm. He's like a weird bat creature. I think they're called bracks in this world. So Lilith is the siren, and sirens have like alien, superhuman, weird magical powers. So they usually have some kind of markings and tattoos that glow when they use them. The picture doesn't really show it that well, but so she can do all kinds of weird energy blasts and weird stuff like that. And then Brick, berserker, normal berserker things. He enters his frenzy mode, gets a whole bunch of health, and he just starts, beating the crap out of enemies.
I like his bolt knuckles.
Yeah, he likes to punch things,
Those are dope AF.
Dope AF.
Yeah, it's much more fun and correct to say it that way.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
So you all together are this little merry group of vault hunters. You have come to this planet of Pandora because there is rumored to be that vault that Marcus was talking about, containing God knows how much riches, how much alien tech, cool stuff, women, who knows. So that is your overall goal on this planet, is you want to see what you can do to find the vault. And then slide 6, you can see Marcus, but he was the bus driver. He's the narrator. He also sells guns in this world. So they're like gun vending machines spread out all over the place, and you put money in, you get a gun.
It's a good thing there's not those in real life.
Oh man, yeah, no kidding.
Jeez, man, did you just hit your mic?
I don't think so.
But I don't think I hit mine. Maybe I did. Did I bump it with my?
It could have been there was a loud muffler that drove by.
Oh, it sounded like a metal.
Yeah, that was probably it. It was a loud car.
Okay.
Because mine doesn't have springs on it anymore.
Yeah, well, I thought maybe you like bumped this part, but that would have been, I think, too loud for it.
Yeah. All right, let's see what else we got. So a little more features about the Borderlands game in general before we get too much into the story. Overall, throughout the course of the game, you get to explore the world of Pandora and its many sights and sounds. You can complete both main missions to progress the story, and there are a bunch of side quests you can go through. And you can either do this all in single player or co-op. You can have your buddy there with you. Funny thing about co-op is that later you can like duel each other. So if you both like choose to hit each other and fight, you can, which is kind of funny. So you get to PvP 1v1, bro.
Oh, snap.
Mm-hmm.
You love to see it.
Some other gameplay features that are unique are access to various weapons and shields that vary in type and statistics. Pretty much all of the loot in Borderlands is randomized. So you could get the same named gun over and over, but it would have different stats like every time. So it's really just like, what can I switch out? What's better when you find it? And it's just kind of a constant upgrading of your guns as you go on. And then, like I mentioned, each character has a distinctive class type and unique abilities for combat, an upgradable skill tree so you can choose what you want to focus on. And the vehicles are all two-person vehicles. So if you're playing co-op, both of you can be in the same car. Whoa.
Nice.
Yep. Like you saw in the preview, the game itself is kind of rendered in a cartoon style of graphic. Mm-hmm. It provides a greater detail on weapons and environments and was inspired by various action role-playing games of the time, such as Ultima and Diablo. Borderlands is actually considered one of the greatest video games ever made.
Oh.
Because of its critical acclaim, and like I mentioned, its best-selling status. And I don't even know how much money would have made in DLC over the years, but there's been tons of packages for that. So that's good stuff. All right. So you get on Pandora, you start exploring around. You can
What's Pandora like?
Pandora, well, it's kind of a barren wasteland in some places, but the backstory on Pandora, it's an alien planet. At one point, there were like mega corporations that came and took over the planet to mine it basically to death. So they got minerals, wealth, resources out of it. And Atlas is one of these big corporations. And they found a alien vault filled with all this stuff. And it allowed them to rapidly overtake competitors. So they were kind of like the big game now. But after they get through all of this and they think that they've kind of bled the planet dry, they leave it. So they just abandon it. And apparently, like a lot of the bandits and stuff that you fight are old employees of these companies that were criminals. So they hired them for cheap and then used them to mine. And now that they left, they just leave them all there. So this planet's like completely colonized by bandits, monsters. Everything is just trying to kill you. So that's kind of crazy. So you, as the Vault Hunters, as you get here, you arrive in the first town to kind of start looking around, and you begin to receive psychic instructions from a, quote, guardian angel telling you what to do. So
sounds like a lot of religions.
Yeah, kind of. Guardian angel appears to you. You pretty much have to listen. She appears to you as like a hologram in front of your face, and kind of tells you what to do, where to go. But ultimately, she wants you to also get to the vault. So that is just the big end goal here.
All right.
Yeah, so you roll out. One of the first friendly faces you meet is this little robot on slide 7 is Claptrap, as he's
Claptrap.
called. Yep.
It kind of sounds like an STD.
Kind of. Technically, he's CL4P-TP, but
Toilet paper.
call that trap. You just call that Claptrap. Ha. And then in your first town, I have these a little out of order.
How dare you?
But you also meet Dr. Zed, who is kind of, as you can tell, very gory, efficient doctor on slide 8 there.
Mm-hmm.
He actually helps you get set up with your first shield. So you have a.
Does he like sew the shield into you? Like, what is he doing?
No, he's just operating on a random dude right there that has a. That's how you meet him. Yeah, he's probably dead.
Okay.
But shields in this game are kind of like pieces of equipment you put on your belt, and then you're like surrounded. And shields can take, X amount of damage before they break. So
it's kind of like Dune.
Kind of, yeah.
I bet they were inspired by Dune. I know I was.
So inspired.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of like that. If you take a certain amount of damage, your shield will break. And then if you hide and don't take damage for a while, it can recharge. So over time, it will come back. But if you get shot and beat up while your shield is down, might be problems for you. Okay. So you kind of start out in this little first area. You gotta go kill a bunch of bandit leaders to kind of get established, get some loot.
But aren't you just a bandit too?
Kinda. I mean, you're a vault hunter, but if no one knows that, you're just kind of running through this planet, killing a bunch of people and taking stuff. So,
well, are vault hunters like an officially recognized title?
Yeah.
Oh, but why don't they have like nice, like, why don't they look more like, why don't they have something that identifies them as a vault hunter?
Well, they're just like normal people still. Like, I mean, it's like bounty hunting. You don't really need anything specific to identify.
They should make them all look like dog.
Yeah, but that's not the case. But vault hunters are a well-known type of person in the world. Like, you meet people and they're like, "Oh, a vault hunter. This is what you're here for. This is what you're doing." And
who hired them?
No one hired them. They came here of their own accord because they want to find the vault. They're hunting for the vault. They want fame, fortune, and all that good stuff, so they came to find it.
Okay.
Yeah. So after you kill through some of these bandits, you find this weird artifact, and it's like very alien artifact. It's weird looking. It's a weird shape. And it turns out it is the first piece of the key to the vault. So there are multiple pieces that you need to find to put it together to get in. And then this is when you come to meet Patricia Tanis, who is a doctor, but a different kind of doctor. And
a PhD?
Yes. And she's on
like
slide
actually?
9. Yes.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That has big Ross vibes.
Big Ross vibes. She has Ross haircut too. So.
Kinda.
So she is very interested in the artifacts and helping you find the vault because she's interested in all this crazy stuff. She's smart. So
yeah, she has a brain in a jar.
Mm-hmm. She's got a brain in a jar. Let's see here.
Why does that background have screws and baseballs?
I don't really know. I think someone might have made this because it doesn't seem normal to me.
Okay.
But it for some reason, pictures of Tanis herself from the first game, very hard to find in good quality. So
interesting.
I took what I could get.
I see.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. We talked about skill trees and then crazy scavenger. So basically, every time you level up in the game, you get 1 skill point, and you can put it towards things on your tree, and it'll give you
kind of like Skyrim had something kind of like that, where it was like a connected little thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like that. It's a lot more simplified than Skyrim because Skyrim's so huge, so it really just had like 1 tree you could go down.
Mm-hmm.
But there was like 3 distinct columns that you could focus in depending on what you wanted. So in this game, since they're on like this advanced technologically sound planet, it's not nice cosmetically or anything like that, but they have a system set up that when a person dies, you can pay money to be respawned, which is how they get around you, being able to die and then come back.
So do you pick which character you want to be, but can you like change? Like how does that work with like your tree?
So you can pick which character you want to be, but you can't change once you get going. But I mean, nothing's stopping you from starting another character, but then you're going to have to start over. You know what I mean?
So you pick one of those 4 at the beginning and then you're stuck with them?
Correct.
I see.
But like, for example, when I played, I had like 2 or 3, so I could be a couple of them and get different vibes. But generally, you pick your favorite.
multiple people at the same time. Like you would just like be like, oh, I don't feel like being a berserker today. I'm gonna pick something else.
Yeah, kind of. Or like after you beat the game and you're like, oh, I'll go beat it and I'll try it with this character and see what skills they have and that type of thing. So
I see. That's way more commitment than I ever have for a game.
Yeah. Like I said, I put a lot of hours into these games, so it is what it is. So you can respawn, but every time you die, you do lose a percentage of your money. So if you have $100, it's no big deal. You lose like $20. But if you have like $10 million, I expect to lose a lot of money because it really does suck. Once you get up there, it hurts to die and you do not want to do it.
Well, I mean, doesn't it always hurt to die?
I don't know. I've heard there's painless death, right?
Well, someone's hurt.
Yeah. Maybe not financially painless death, but
true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then as you go along, there's certain like checkpoints. So if you die, you can respawn back there. But there are decent stretches in between those that if you die, you have to go all the way back and all the enemies come back. So there you go. You got to do it again.
So are you like on like a trail?
Kind of.
Do you know where you're supposed to be going?
Yeah, it's semi-open world, but you have like destinations to go to. Mm-hmm. There are big, vast open areas that you can like drive around in the car, explore. So there's like big areas, but then when you get into like a certain location, like a quote unquote dungeon, for lack of a better term, then there's really just one path to get through, get to the boss, and then get out. But
are there travel brokers? How do you know where you're going?
So mainly it's just like side quests, and they get by it with technology. They're like, "Hey, go here. I'll mark it on your map." You get a little.
So they get by with a little help from their friends.
Yeah, and you got to make some friends like Dr. Zed and all those people. So they make a few friends that have them do stuff. Everyone's kind of happy to see a Vault Hunter come up because they're like, "Oh,
can you make them your enemy?"
No, it's not that advanced. Well, you can't like shoot them and make something happen.
Can you make them mad?
No.
Where's the drama at, man?
The drama is with fighting all the bad guys and stuff.
We need interrelationship drama.
I mean, where's you're like saying where's the drama in like a game like Kingdom Hearts because you can't beat the shit out of Donald.
But you know that there's drama with Riku and Kairi and Sora.
But you can't beat the shit out of Kairi.
But you know that it's there. You know that
then the same thing with this. It's there with other characters, but
fine.
You'd have to play to know because it's a story.
Whatever, man.
Yeah. Okay, so we talked about the loot, how it's kind of randomized. Equipment can randomly be dropped by foes, or just found in like treasure chests along Pandora. And there are a lot of them, and you can loot like all kinds of things. You can loot outhouses, you can loot toilets, you can loot lockers. Pretty much anything you can open might randomly have some crap in it. So it's kind of fun. You go around opening a whole bunch of crap. The statistics of the equipment, amount of damage, accuracy, special elemental attacks they might have, they're all procedurally generated. And they have like a loot color coding system. So like orange is the best. Orange is like legendary, super awesome.
Snap.
Yeah. And then it's purple, blue, green, and white, I want to say. Something like that. But so you want that crazy orange legendary weapon. The first Borderlands game is actually credited by the Guinness Book of World Records to have over 17 million different possible guns that could be generated. So very unlikely you're going to find every gun in that game. I mean, you could probably be playing ever since it came out and you probably still would not have found them all. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and they only expand on this. Like when you get to Borderlands 2 and 3, it's like even more. It's crazy. I don't know how they do it.
Are the other games like a continuation or like a new story?
They are a continuation, which is kind of cool because you actually see the Vault Hunters that you are in this game are now characters in the next one. So you get to keep interacting with them afterwards.
Oh, so like these 4 people are NPCs in the next game?
Yep. So that's pretty cool. You get to see how things progress, how the story goes, kind of ties it all together. So that's kind of fun. I like that about that.
That's just like real life.
Yeah.
It's like Facebook. You used to be involved with all these people, and now it's like 12 years later, and you're just casually seeing what they're doing, and they're kind of like an NPC in your life. You might run into them at Walmart, the gas station, you
have like
sidewalk.
a canned list of like 10 things you can ask about.
Yeah, like, oh, how's it going?
Oh, I saw you had a kid. How's that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see you're divorced. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you have an open relationship? Cool.
Wow.
Well, that's pretty relevant for a lot of people we went to high school with.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
Cray.
Yeah, so in addition to all these bandits and like humanoid creatures on Pandora, there's all kinds of weird mutant monsters like that little guy you saw get run over by the bus. That was a scrag. Mm-hmm. And then there are like racks. There are, what else? Spider ants. There's all kinds of weird monsters you fight along the way.
Apparently in Warhammer, there's someone called Scrag the Slaughterer.
Scrag the Slaughterer. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And according to Urban Dictionary, it is a person, usually a teenager, who is under the impression that they look good or are impressive when in reality they are nothing of the sort.
Wow. Harsh. So I was going to explain a little bit more about Pandora. So this planet that you're on, there are random alien artifacts, and it comes to your knowledge that they used to be known as Iridians. So they're like an
iridium. Isn't that like a metal? Iridium.
Iridium, yeah.
Oh, you can get spark plugs made out of that.
You can.
But I don't need those for my truck. Apparently it's bad.
Right. You need very specific ones.
Yeah. Don't listen to the people at AutoZone or wherever. They
don't know. They just guess.
Yeah.
So these Iridians were apparently an ancient alien race.
Who isn't?
And they make it too dangerous to colonize if they're around. So they're kind of crazy. But a study of the artifacts leads to the discovery of the mythical Iridian vaults. So they are kind of responsible for the vault you are hunting. But you hear that they are guarded by extremely powerful monsters. So you better get ready. Yeah. And then, we kind of talked about there's some villages throughout, some cities. Sanctuary is the main city where you can go, and a lot of the people will.
Is it a sanctuary?
Yes, it is.
They could have come up with a more creative name. Oh, also, before you left, I was accidentally searching Scrag instead of Skag.
Oh, I might have said it wrong too.
Yeah, I think you might have, because I typed in Borderlands and then it was like, there's no R in this. And I was like, so now I'm sad. So my Urban Dictionary definition is incorrect.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can move back into the characters a little bit. So if you're on the slides, other people that
but I found one.
Ooh, what'd you find?
It's a slang term for heroin.
Skag? Ooh, sounds nasty.
We've just come back from Tommy's funeral and you're talking about a skag deal?
Okay. That is odd, but you'll learn something.
Okay, anyways, what slide?
Just the next one, 10.
Okay.
So another character you run across is Scooter.
Wow, it's like you.
Yeah, catch a ride. That's what he says. because
Oh,
he's
not
in
like
charge of
you.
all the vehicles around Pandora that
Does
you
he
can
talk
use.
like that?
He does. Can't ride.
He does kind of look like he would talk like that, I guess.
Yeah, super redneck for this planet. You know how it is. And then slide 11. This is the guardian angel that you see in your
What
visions.
the heck?
So she appears to you and
Why does she
tells you
look
what to do.
different in each one?
I think they might be from a different games. They might have got a slightly different. No, that's the same actress, but they look a little different as far as the quality. Okay, and slide 12, we've kind of talked a little bit about some of the monsters, but you've seen a skag, is like the kind of the dog type monster with the demigorgon face that you fight. You got to shoot it right in the mouth to get critical hits.
Makes sense.
Yep. Then the little guys, the little horde, are spider ants. So they're almost like a cross between like a spider, a crab, and an ant, I would say.
Yeah, they look kind of weird. They're very angular.
Very angular. And then there are some that I didn't picture here. There are racks, which are just basically big bird bats things.
Oh.
Right. And then you get all the humanoid bandits. These are
Is that what those are? They're psychos?
That's what they're called. Yep.
That's rude.
Yep. And they will charge at you and they'll say all kinds of weird things.
Do they all wear those white masks?
The psycho specifically does. But like just the guy behind him you see is just like a normal bandit.
Yeah. So all the psychos look the same?
Yeah, all the psychos have the masks. They're crazy. And they do say like ridiculous things when you go find them. It's pretty funny. So another thing that Borderlands is really known for is kind of like its sense of humor. They make a lot of jokes during the story. They, toilet humor. It's a lot of lowbrow kind of humor type stuff. But I mean, it's a good time.
Toilet humor.
Yeah. Never heard that term?
I don't know. Maybe.
And then whenever you meet like bosses or people kind of unique to the story, you've seen like that intro where they're like, oh, this person, and they like snap and do like a graphic. So you can see on slide 13, this is one of the bosses that you fight. He's called Nine Toes.
Safety first.
Safety first, right on the groin.
What are his nipples?
I think he's got something on him. Yeah.
It's like nipple protectors?
Yeah.
Like, here, let me stab you with my nipple.
Exactly. Not like the big spikes on his head or on his shoulder, like with these.
Yeah. First line of defense.
Yeah. And then in the parentheses, you can also see what?
That he has 3 balls.
Also, he has 3 balls. So yeah, they'll give
That's
you fun
very
little
important.
snippets like that.
Is that why it says safety first?
Yes. And when you like do a little bit of reading on his character, you learn he is very protective of his balls for that reason.
I mean, so is Goku.
That's true.
His grandpa's ball in particular.
His grandpa's one ball.
Yeah. So maybe this guy has the other one, you know what I'm saying?
He might, yeah. Well, that's a crossover.
Full circle right there, yeah.
And then you can pop to like slide 14. It's just another boss you run into, Sledge. And as you go through some of these,
he needs to go to the dentist.
I think that's a mask. I think it's like painted on his welding mask.
Okay.
But dentistry probably isn't the first, priority on.
Hey, but what about the little guy from Rudolph?
What about him?
Dentistry wasn't the most important thing in Santa's workshop either.
True.
And he showed them.
So who's going to show the good people of Pandora?
Same guy.
Oh, well, he's really getting around.
Yeah. Those reindeer, they fly.
Yeah, that's true. He can fly. I want to be a vault hunter. I don't want to be a dentist.
He probably took Comet because Comet's the coolest one.
Why?
I don't know.
Just the name? I don't know.
Yeah.
Confidently.
Duh. Like, people know that.
Okay. Well, now I do, I guess. Cool. So along the way, you're fighting all these bosses. You're getting all this loot, getting cash, doing side missions.
All about that cash.
And eventually you get through and you find the second and third pieces of the vault key. following Dr. Tannis's instructions.
Mm-hmm.
So you get them all. You get 3 of them, and then there's one more piece. The final one is apparently in the possession of a bandit.
Final countdown.
The final vault key.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so apparently this bandit has it, but it turns out not to be where it was expected when you get there. And one of the baddies of this game is Commandant Steele, who is slide 15. And you see those markers. She actually turns out to be a siren as well, which becomes important to the whole Borderlands storyline. Sirens are very important. There can only be 6 in existence at one time.
Well, how do they control that?
Because when a siren dies, their power just gets transferred to a new person. So there's only ever 6. So you got 2 in this game right off the bat, because you've got Lilith, the person who is the Vault Hunter, and then Commandant Steele right here. But it becomes important because sirens are some of the only people that can like effectively interact with some of this alien technology because of their powers. So important.
Importante.
But Steele contacts the Vault Hunter to reveal that there are only 3 pieces, and Tannis has betrayed and misled them along the way. So dang it, Dr. Tannis, Ross lookalike son of a...
That's a real big Ross move.
Betrayal?
Yep.
Yep.
Because he thought they were on a break.
Right. I know that means something, but I haven't seen it. So Steele disables the planet's echo network, which is kind of like the overall communications network that you're using to talk to everybody.
Like the internet.
Yeah. And then it turns out you can't even talk to the Guardian Angel anymore. That's how she was contacting you, was through your echo communicator.
How dare they?
So you're like totally in the dark. You eventually get forward, you find Tannis, and it turns out she had been captured and she had done everything against her will. So she's still a good person at heart. No real betrayal.
I don't know if the same could be said for Ross. It's kind of up in the air, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, what he did, slightly understandable, but slightly not understandable. But he does get the girl at the end, so.
Oh, there you go. What more can you ask for?
One more.
So he did what he could. Okay. So she was forced into betrayal.
Mm-hmm.
And she works with the Vault Hunters to restart the Echo Network to get everything back online. And then she wants them to stop Steele, and her army is called the Crimson Lance. So she has a whole bunch of mercenaries.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, dude. Crimson Lance. It's metal. Metal
as hell.
Before they reach the vault, because she's going to try to open it on her own. Steele is. After you restore the network, Guardian Angel is able to direct the hunters towards Steele's location. And then during the final approach, you see, holy cow, the Crimson Lance forces are all fighting all these aliens. The aliens are trying to keep them out of the vault. It's like things are going crazy. So
if your last name is Lance, name your kid Crimson.
Crimson? Is that a normal first name?
It can be if you make it.
One. There's plenty of weird names out there now, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you arrive at the vault, but just barely too late to stop Steele from using the key. Yes.
Crimson in 2020 was the 4,131st most popular girl's name and 3,535th most popular boy's name. In 2020, there were only 33 baby girls and 30 baby boys named Crimson. 1 out of every 53,062 baby girls and 1 out of every 61,048 baby boys born in 2020 are named Crimson.
Oh, there you go. It's on the rise.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So you find out at this time that Steele is a siren because she's able to assemble the vault key and
so
open the vault.
Do you have to be a siren to assemble the key?
Mm-hmm.
But then what's the point of being a vault hunter if you can't assemble the key?
They didn't know.
So if you picked Lilith, then you could do it yourself?
Well, no, because no matter who you are, the story progresses the same. So it's always Steel who does it. She's a
Well, that's
siren.
lame. I want to assemble the key on my own.
Well, I mean, it's not like a choose your own adventure type thing.
Well,
You
it
know?
should be.
Well,
Hello.
there's lots of games that aren't.
They need to put that in their juice boxes and suck it like a fat egg.
Yeah, I'll get to Gearbox and I'll let them know.
Yeah, tell them.
Man, you guys
Right
messing
in.
up.
Yeah.
And then the vault opens, a giant monster emerges and wipes out Steel and all her troops. Just kills them all. Just like, yeah, screw you guys. Don't like you.
Okay.
Yep. Your guardian angel explains that the monster is called the Destroyer,
Mm.
and it was imprisoned in the vault long ago by the Iridians to prevent the destruction of the universe.
Oh, snap.
Yep.
So then why are people trying to get into the vault?
Because they are misled.
But then why didn't the guardian angel tell them that?
Fake news. Well, I don't think she knew. Well, oh, okay. She probably did, but there's more at play here. So the Guardians that all the troops killed getting up to the vault were actually protecting everybody because they were trying to not let the vault be open. Yeah. Now who's the dick? And so now this giant destroyer wants to fight you. So that is the last slide. Slide 16 is the destroyer.
What the heck? Where's its face at?
So the blue thing at the top, the circular one, is its one eye. And then that big weird craw thing is like its mouth. And then it's like got really long tentacly arms that like whip and attack you and such. Yeah.
It looks weird.
It does. By the time we got to this boss fight when I was playing, we were like, what is happening? Like it was kind of crazy. But
it'd probably be really crazy if you did some sort of hallucinogenic before.
Oh God, I can't imagine. Yeah, seeing that thing close and personal.
Yeah.
So as the Vault Hunters, you're able to kill the destroyer, and the vault is resealed for another 200 years.
Well, then what was the point of doing it? Why did they reseal it if you kill the monster? You get anything out of the vault?
No.
Well, then what was the point?
But there are more games, Kendra. There's more points. But you didn't know.
Like this.
Like, listen, this one vault you were going for.
So it just ended like that, and you didn't have more knowledge until the next game came out?
Pretty much, yeah. You pretty much got in the vault. You're like, it's not riches, it's a monster. It's the destroyer, and then you kill it.
That sounds like a shitty situation.
You get loot and stuff for it, so you kind of get some stuff.
But does the loot carry on to the next game?
No.
Well, then what's the point?
Well, you can continue playing after the destroyer and do like side.
But then what's the point
of what?
The game if you've already done the final thing.
I mean, there's lots of games like that.
Yeah, but I never play them again after I finish.
Well, I mean, you could argue the same thing for Call of Duty. You're just doing the same thing over and over again.
I know, but there's no like big mission.
Right.
Like it's not a story. It's just like shoot people.
Well, a lot of this is just shoot people too. You know, it mixes both worlds. You get to shoot things and have a story. You're being very critical.
I know.
I just want you to know.
I am. Because someone has to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the Guardian Angel is revealed to be transmitting her signals through a Hyperion satellite in orbit high above Pandora. Hyperion is another one of those giant companies I've mentioned.
Like Amazon.
Yeah, it is basically one of the Amazons of this world. And the game ends with the satellite sending a signal to Claptrap robot on the planet, changing it to Interplanetary Ninja Assassin, which is not really related. It's related to some DLC where you get to go into like.
It got rid of its STD.
Yes. That's exactly what happened.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, that's actually how the first game ends. You destroy the vault. You effectively, save the universe because you don't let the destroyer out. So mission accomplished there. But yeah, now you got to be like, well, what's next? And We'll have to learn that a different day when we talk about Borderlands 2, unfortunately.
Do you have hair on the right side of your head?
What do you mean?
It doesn't
There's like
look
short
it.
hair.
Oh, with your headphone on, it looked like you just were like bald in one
It
spot.
was like shaved off.
Yeah, I was like, what?
I was like, do I have hair? Like, did you see something like really long poking out? Like, that's not supposed to be how it is, but you know?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, there's some stuff about Borderlands in general. I guess, do you have any questions about what we've been through so far?
I'm angry.
Well, she's angry at the story, man. There were a number of DLCs for this. There was the zombie island of Dr. Ned, in which you could go fight a bunch of zombies. There was Mad Moxie's Underdome Riot. Mad Moxie ends up being a character later. The Secret Armory of General Knox. And then Claptrap's New Robot Revolution.
I just can't with the name.
Which name?
Claptrap.
Claptrap. Yeah. Oh, he's in every game. You better get used to Claptrap. He's like their mascot. I've got a bottle opener that's a Claptrap.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay. Well, if you don't have anything else, I guess I can make a quiz because I forgot to do that.
How dare you?
We'll make it pretty easy. We'll do it on the fly. Oh, I guess I didn't tell you what year they came out. That was gonna be one of my questions.
Oops. I looked it up.
It's 09.
Yeah, I know. I looked it up.
Okay. So I forgot to mention that, but I won't ask you that question. What is the name of the planet that they are vault hunting on?
Pandora.
Pandora. Very nice. Let's see. What? Give me the names of two of the playable characters.
Marco.
He's not playable, but he is a character.
Oh.
It was Marcus.
I don't know.
Oh no. Okay, just any character then.
Steel.
Very good, Steel. We're not even gonna throw up Claptrap, which is like the easiest one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Claptrap.
He's a character. How much overall has the Borderlands series made in revenue?
75 billion. Million.
No. Billion, that would be a lot. They've sold 75 million copies.
I don't remember then.
1 billion.
Oh.
So yeah, you were mixing some things there.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the final boss called?
Well, I have it here. I have the picture of it, staring at it.
Yes.
The Destroyer.
Yes, it was the Destroyer.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Good job. Mm-hmm. All right, that's probably good enough. What was that, 4 questions?
Okay. I don't know.
You got so distracted by the plot for some reason.
Yeah. Do you have any final things to say?
Yeah, I would do actually have a plug because Sheldon Podcast came out. He's the host. It is called A Day's Pay.
Oh snap. What's it about?
It is about, their first episode, which I listened to, they talked a lot about aliens. So give that a listen to, but it's kind of an open forum type podcast. They got a number of guys in there. They're all shooting the shit, letting it fly. Very good. Actually had excellent podcast quality, like sound. Everything was amazing. I highly recommend it. So go give it a listen. It is on Spotify. Nice.
I'm going to plug my dice shop again because I'm putting new dice in there Monday the 27th at 8 a.m. So you can check that out. Nice. www.brokenbowdiceshop.com/shop. And if you order my dice, I'll send you a cool sticker. Woo. You can also follow us on our social medias at 5 MMPOD. You can send us an email to 5FIVE moreminutespod@gmail.com. And please like and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and download our episodes and leave us a rating and a review. We appreciate it. XOXOXOXO. Share us with your friends and family, your friends who are your family, and your family who's more like friends and family. I think I
All
said
right.
everything.
I think you said everything, and we're clocking out.
All right, make good choices.
Woo.
Bye.
Bye.